Hello and welcome to Space Over Cars. Well, today, when you look at an executive saloon, you have, say, Audi, BMW, a Mercedes. There's also a Lexus, we all know that. But what if there was a fifth option? A little bit of a secret, a hidden gem perhaps. Perhaps an Infiniti. This is the Infiniti G37x and it's an absolute gem hidden among the car world. This one's a 37 in titles, is a 3.7 litre V6, which is taken from Nissan's 370Z, or Z, depending on how you say it, which is a magnificent engine. It also has four-wheel drive through a 7-speed automatic gearbox, going to the front and rear diff, which are both limited slip differentials, as well as having four-wheel steering. Now you tell me, an executive saloon, that you can get all that on for, when it was new, around 30 to 40,000 pounds. I'll admit, I really like this car. It's fabulous. The engine's magnificent. The way it takes a corner, it's about 1.7 tons. The way the rear wheel steering comes in, carries you around, is absolutely fantastic. I even like the side profile. It's such a really nice curvy figure. The wheels, I admit, will probably, well, what are they there? 18 inches. You wouldn't think that. They look a bit smaller, but they look nice. Practicality wise, an executive saloon isn't really a family car, but in case you need it, you do have 90-degree opening doors, which are absolutely fabulous. And it's very easy to get in and out of, you know. So if you're an executive, you can sit in the back end, well, enjoy it really. Just going to line this back up, because I don't have OCD. I just like my seats being in the exact place where I left them. I don't have OCD. You've got chrome. The paint on this car is a really nice colour. It's like a dark bluey purple, and with the alloys being a darker tinge, and of course designed by NK themselves, it's really, really nice. Now this particular car does have issues of its own, such as the bodywork damage, which we'll get into at some point. However, first I want to show you the magnificent engine it has underneath the bonnet. Now excuse this will look horrific, I do apologise. Oh wait, hold on, no, it's stuck slightly. There you go. That's all good, that's fine. And it's a little bit loose, but look, there's a V6. A V6, which is wonderful. You've got two air intakes, it's got cover on it, so you can't, it's quite an ugly looking engine when the cover's off, I'll admit, but it's also very warm. This engine is fantastic and has not really set a foot wrong. The only problem I've had with this car, two faults I've had with this car, which have meant I'm not able to drive it, was the battery going flat and causing the immobiliser to turn on, and also me snapping a rear caliper bolt when I was changing my brakes. Because the bonnet's bent, it does have an issue where, well, the bracket is broken and it's really just holding on by a hair's leg there. Just consider myself lucky. I like the headlights. They've got nice orange side lights, main beams. They're quite big and intrusive. My grille's, well, that's fine. I believe this is a deer or a big animal. Hopefully not a person, but a big animal. Also, to close the bonnet, I have to line these up and then pray it goes in. That actually went in quite nicely. And then what I have to do is go around, pop the bonnet again, and then close it, because the car doesn't think it's closed. There we go, now it thinks it's closed. It's a sports car engine in an executive saloon. So that's not quite right. You've also got the four-wheel drive system from the R34 Skyline, which is also a sports car. The suspension is quite stiff. If it was a sports car, fantastic. It's not. The seats are really comfortable and the steering is beautifully weighted and fantastic to turn. It can't escape that sports car feel, and I think that BMW manage it very well, as do Mercedes and Audi. And the quality of the interior of this car is not quite the best, but it's still very, very good for what it is. It's not Lexus quality, but it's still very nice. This interior is lovely, and I'll say this, far better than any BMW designed interior. You have the lovely screen, the nice dials, the clock, this lovely aluminium sort of designed interior with the chrome. You have cup holders here, you have 2 heated seats for the front, a snow mode, which is absolutely fantastic in winter, a glove box over here, you have the glove box down here, you've got more aluminium, it's a little bit scratched when we've passed it, multiple vents, and the binnacle moves entirely on its own, which I really like that. That's fantastic. Overall, this interior is fantastic, and it also comes with a Bose sound system, which I am in love with. This is the best sound system I've ever had in a car, and because the car is quite quiet down the road, you can get full enjoyment out of it. So, the boot space. When you have a saloon this big, you want it to be humongous, and luckily for this, I've never had a problem with the boot space itself, because it's plentiful. And in here, I do have the AX is always with us.
Oh, was that the thumbnail?
Yeah, that was the thumbnail for one of the videos. I've never had a problem. I've chucked luggage in here, I've chucked absolutely everything in here, and it's perfectly fine. But if viewers know, I have a Volvo. And if I need to go anywhere with lots of stuff, I take the Volvo. If I want to go somewhere fun, I take my Fiat Coupe. This car, and it's so sad that these did not sell well, because they are brilliant and people truly missed out on this. Genuinely, I think they look fantastic, they drive fantastic, and overall, they're just nice. The issues this car has are, one, the big one, parts. When I snapped my rear caliper bolt, I had to order parts in from America, and same for my wheel bearing. And when I bought this car, it did have a wheel bearing straight away. It just had a slightly wobbly one. Apparently these do eat through wheel bearings, and I'm sure it's got to do with the four-wheel steer and the weight of the car and the power going through them. Again, I had to wait 2 weeks for a wheel bearing, and I had to wait 2 weeks for rear pads and discs and carriers, calipers. That is not good. You don't want to be waiting that long on parts if this is your daily driver. And that is a shame. Another foible, fuel economy is god awful. You put your foot down, you lose miles. You try and drive it carefully, you can get over 400 miles on a tank, but it's not cheap to fill up. It is a very big tank on this car. And then again, I have a 2.5 litre turbocharged Volvo, and I brim that car and it will do 500 plus. My Fiat Coupe will do 500 plus. This is sitting closer to 300. This is the successor to my RX-8. Because the final thing, and the bigger nail in the coffin, is road tax. This car has cost me, in road tax, £760. That is not a small bit of change. So the question is, do I keep the car that I like, or do I replace it with something that I love? And I mean this, do really, really, really like this car. I don't think there'll be anything I drive that will beat it. But there are other cars out there. If I look back and I had to make a choice between this or my busted up RX-8 that's currently sat dead on a farm, I'm picking my RX-8, even in the condition it's in, because that car is magnificent from start to finish. This car has been designed to be fantastic, but it's missing something. A soul. To me, this is a machine. And I'm sad about that, because I hope someone else can love it more than I can. But my RX-8 had a soul. This, to me, is still, after 6 months, a machine. A brilliant, glorious, fantastic machine. But if you don't love something, you shouldn't keep it around. Every time I get in this car, I'm reminded of how well it drives. The gearbox might not be as sporty as I initially said. It's more creamy. It likes to give you an ease of driving. It changes gears smoothly without me really noticing most of the time, even if it drops up when I'm just cruising. However, if you plop it into the side bit there, it turns it into the sport mode, which means it will drop a gear and disappear. And if I want to, I can go to the manual selectors and drop it. And drop it again. And then punt it. And it is fast. But if I like a car because it's just sort of fast, then I really shouldn't keep it around, because at some point I'm going to get caught speeding, or worse, have an accident. So being sensible, it's not the best choice to keep it around for very much longer. And there is another car that has come into the equation, which I quite like the taste of, which is the complete and total opposite of this, which we'll be seeing in another video. The engineers behind this did a fantastic job by just ripping through the Nissan parts bin, really, if I'm honest. That's kind of it. They just sort of went, yeah, we'll take that engine, we'll take that gearbox, we'll take that those differentials, we'll take that system, and we'll just put it all together, and they made a fantastic car. What do you think of the way it drives, Lucas?
It's alright.
It's alright. I mean, it will absolutely demolish any car it's put up against on the normal British roads.
But is that what an executive car is supposed to do?
No. No, this car is too sporty.
Yeah. My executive car with sports suspension.
Yes, it's like buying a 5 Series and putting the M pack on it. Underneath this very luxurious bodywork lies the heart of a pure sports car.
Like a fair lady,
and it shouldn't have that. Because with a BMW, even the 335i's, the inline 6s, they're comfortable cruisers first. Well, no, they're driver's cars first, then comfortable cruisers, and then performance cars. With this, I feel like they may have focused too much on performance. And honestly, I've looked at a couple of my mates' cars, even Taylor Hetherington, when he had that W12, was it W10? That, yeah, W10 Touareg. And we realised that out of the whole group of cars Spacesaver has, the only one that could even compete would be the Infiniti. And I kind of went, is that why I want to keep this car around? Because it's fast? Just because a car's fast doesn't make it good. If you wanted a fast saloon that no one really knows about and is quite niche, then absolutely get your hands on a G37x. I will recommend them to the ends of the earth to people who want an interesting, out there car.
And what would you say the max horsepower you should have in the UK is?
The max horsepower you really need is between 200 and 250. Realistically, that's all you really need. I wanted to take this to the Nürburgring, but there's something else I'd rather take, and that's perfectly fine with me. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure. I do like this car, but it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, goodbye.